I am Felipe.
I am Renee.
And I am Mariana.
We are fortunate enough to have studied abroad.
We face challenges to reach our dreams.
And like us, many others have taken the risk.
This space is for all of us to share our tales,
our experiences, and our victories.
This is our international path.
And hello, everybody. Welcome back. I hope you're not having problems listening to me. For some reason, my mic isn't working right now, so I'm using my earbud speaker. So let's hope to have good audio from me. Anyways, I hope you are having a good day and week, and I really hope that you are really enjoying this new second season with our topic and like different episodes, movies. Hope you watched the movie and listened to our episode. We watched Chasing Amy last week, 2 weeks ago. I remember, but we talked about that. So today I wanted to explore a little bit about obsessions and how it relates to love and how it can like makes you look crazy, maybe in a good, maybe in a bad way. So I want to ask Mariana and Felipe about their opinions on those topics. What do you think about obsessions?
I think that an obsession, it's really linked with love because we always picture love as romantic and amazing, something we always want to achieve, let's say. But the thing is, it can go beyond that and it can become an obsession. We can obsess about things, about people, and that's like an interesting thing to cover in this month of love. What do you think, Felipe?
I think that it can also be related to knowledge because some people, like, it's very weird, but most of the people that are really talented at something, they're obsessed about like their passion and they always try to know more about it. So they can get that obsession like for what they are looking for knowledge. Like, I feel that in that sense it can be good, but it's like everything. If you take it to a limit, like if you have too much of it, you can go crazy, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, like I remember.
Yeah.
Like...
So, sorry, it's because I was trying to fix my audio. Yeah. So I believe that obsessions can start like something cool, and then they can turn into something kind of creepy. And what I mean about this is it's easier to explain using an article I found by Michelle de Sac. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. I'm gonna share my screen a little. If you're watching on YouTube, you can like read what we're like, talking about. If not, we'll try to describe everything better. Oh, where is it? It's there. Yeah. So it's this article about the 10 weird and wonderful personal collections. So I was going through this and like through the list and like they're like okay, you know, like they're like super crazy. But I was talking to Felipe and Mariana about the number 4, the burger Paraphernalia, which to me it sounded a little bit odd because it's like loving burgers and loving the food, but like in a different way. Like you're not eating it, you're not enjoying it, you're just looking at it. What do you guys think about it?
I mean, everyone has a collection of anything. Like they can be very small, or like maybe you just like little things that, like, I think that the most common one, it's like collecting coins or, like stuff like that. What else? Coins,
Stamps.
Oh,
stamps.
Like from ages ago.
Yeah, like
games.
it always, like, I feel that it's very human because it really takes you, like, I don't know, maybe it's related to your childhood or like to memories, like people that collect stuff, it's like trying to keep memories or just to have like an experience with it. Like there are people that collect experiences. Like if you are one person that really likes to go, like, I don't know, to a lot of countries and just like be all around the world, like you are collecting experiences instead of material things. But like I feel that it's also because like humans are very design driven. So like for example, you were showing us the guy that collects burgers, but it's most of them are like, like collectibles and stuff like that. I feel that he really likes the design of a burger and like all the merchandising that, I don't know, McDonald's and Burger King did for everything and how it evolved like throughout time.
Yeah.
But I don't know, maybe that's my idea.
But what about that guy that collects
Yeah.
fossilized poop? I
Fossilized
don't
poop.
think they can have like quite an experience or memories with it. That's really weird.
I mean, we don't know, like maybe like even getting one fossilized poop, it's like a good experience for him.
Like what makes you, like, I don't really understand what makes you love poo.
Let's
that
say it's
much.
pretty unique.
Like even traffic cones, I could understand. Like there may be people who, I don't know, work in construction or something, and like they find them like meaningful. Like, oh, I achieved something here, so I'm gonna take this traffic cone. But like this, it's weird. And then like the burger one, like if it was me, I would eat the burger instead of like look at it. I don't know you.
But I don't think you can actually collect like real burgers because they will go bad after a couple of days, and then
no, that's
I
the
don't
thing.
think
Like
that collection would work.
I've seen on eBay people selling burgers and original McDonald's, like whatever sauce and like whatever from like the 80s. So there's definitely people collecting that.
Ew, why?
Right?
Nasty.
Right?
And at the end, like I feel that it's like merchandise, like it's the historical value that it has.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
But
that's what people appreciate. Like also it's like offer and demand. Like if there is only one sauce from the 80s from McDonald's, like you want to have that piece of history that no one else has. It's like the poop guy. Like who else has like fossilized poop? Not everyone. Like
First of all, why would someone want to keep a sauce for that long?
because it has a value.
But
I mean, they're selling them like $30,000 or something. Excuse me, which is a value. But why would
I
you
would
want
sell it. I wouldn't buy it, but if I had it, I would sell it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, but I don't know. It's like paintings. Why would you want to have a painting? Like most people buy them
because it provokes an emotion, because it reminds you of something.
Yeah, but like when you go to the big leagues,
how hard
you
it
don't
was
buy it for that. You buy it for the value that it has.
Yeah.
Not really, because you like the picture. That picture means something to you. It transmits you something.
Yeah, but
Plus, it's like
the good paintings, they like this one thing that I have with museums. Like they're good to keep like history and stuff like that, but they really transform the end of the final product, like the final reason of the objects. For example, as you were saying, a painting, it's supposed to represent a feeling or a period of time, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's just like it ends up having like a value. Like that's what, like for example, the Mona Lisa or I don't know, a Van Gogh. Like you only know that they're expensive. People don't know like why they are so important for the history of art. Like you can only say like, damn, that's expensive, Like most of the people go like that. Like, why do you think Mona Lisa is so good? Exactly. Like you only know that it's
Because
like
of all
a
the
very
mysteries and all the theories behind.
no.
Yeah, and it has
Because
something with
Yeah,
the eyes, you know, that's a
Yeah.
really
No.
cool technique or something.
There's
Yeah.
different things. Like people have done scans and they think there's like a different design.
it has a very huge value for history of art, but it's nothing to do with that. Like that's
It
just like
is. It is.
no.
I
The
studied
only
that.
good thing that it has is that it's the first painting that has like first perspective, so that the background it's faded like here, but in a painting, and it's the first painting to be like that in the world. So that's why it's so valuable, like for history of art. But like it really changes our perspective, and it's based on the fact of repetitiveness. Like if there were two Mona Lisas, the value of the Mona Lisa they had in the Louvre wouldn't be as huge as it's right now. It would be half of it. You know, like you can recreate a Mona Lisa, but because that one was created by Leonardo da Vinci and stuff like that, like like it's just the value that represents right now. Like people just go to take a picture with it, and it's like a very tiny picture.
Yeah, pretty
Like,
much like
proves
all
that.
of the most of the art collections and like paintings and statues are like smaller than what they look like.
Yeah.
I studied some in Italy and like I was kind of shocked when I realized that their sizes are like not what I thought they would be. The only one that was bigger than what I expected was the David, by Michelangelo. That was actually really big, and it's one of the few sculptures that they let you take images with flash because I don't remember what happened, but like it's gonna end up breaking eventually because of the way it was built and everything, and like the atmosphere and whatever. It eventually is gonna like either fall, dissolve, or break. So they
Yeah,
want, yeah, so they want to have as many images as they can. But the issue is that a lot of people are like doing like really dumb things, like taking picture of the penis, um, because it's there, and it's kind of dumb, kind of silly. But that's something that I like. And I believe there's like a huge market regarding David's winner penis. So maybe there's someone collecting those. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. Probably. I wouldn't doubt that anymore.
yeah. I mean, like when I was looking at like all the stuff regarding like paintings and why they are so valuable, like the ones that are sold like for hundreds of millions. Like it's not because of the technique of the painter or what he tried to represent, he or she tried to represent. It's because of the person that owned it before. Like I think that the most expensive right now was owned by, no, it's always because of that, man.
No.
Like yeah.
No, like if you see the 16th chapel.
Oh, that doesn't count, man. Like I'm talking about paintings.
That's covered in paintings, like
Yeah,
the
but
ceiling and everything.
it's a ceiling, man. Like you can't sell that. You can't sell
Technically,
it.
you could. The Pope could sell the chapel to whoever.
The Pope
he
is not gonna
wants.
sell that.
Like you can't sell that. Like what I mean, it's like actual paintings, like frame paintings.
But that's what I mean. Like if you look at them, they aren't anatomically perfect or anything, but it's the way Michelangelo painted them that make them more valuable. Because he was kind of a sculptor, and he was tasked with painting the ceiling of like one of the most important chapels. So the way he did it, because if you notice, like he was gay, so he was only studying male
Anatomy?
anatomy. Yeah. So if you notice, the backs of the women in the paintings are thicker because he didn't know how to do it. So when you start analyzing those aspects, that makes those paintings more valuable. like in modern art, Felipe is saying like, oh yeah, whoever owned it, like it makes it like more expensive or whatever. But like if you study like not only modern art, but like all art in history, there's different things that makes everything differently more valuable or more, desirable, and that could add to a collection.
No, but at the end, like what I'm saying is that the most expensive ones, like the ones that are hundreds of millions, they are not that, they don't have that price because, oh, look how anatomically perfect this picture is. No, it's because a Rockefeller bought it before, and when he died, like it was for sale. So just by having that in, like, it's like owning a house, like if the previous owner was a Rockefeller, it's not gonna be sold like if you were living there. Like the price goes up just because a Rockefeller had it, or someone powerful, like even a president, like someone powerful like that, like increases the price like hundreds of millions. Like the actual technique goes, like it's no longer a purpose. Like the purpose of the painting, it's like a way. Like at the end of the day, it's who owns the painting, what makes it valuable. That's why, like, it's very interesting for me. Like we took away like all of that. Like we took away the purpose of the painting to give it a value. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so I was thinking of like this collection obsession kind of thingy topic because Felipe has recently bought a few shoes.
He already bought a painting.
Oh, and he got an ice cream painting. You cannot see it on YouTube because of his blurred background, but he has a really nice painting. But yeah, so I was thinking like, how much can someone love something to have a lot of them? Like shoes, like Felipe.
So, I don't have a lot. They're like
wait, before we go into your experience with shoes, I want to share again my screen on YouTube because there is this collection of 3 women who own 6,000 pairs of Nike Air Force Ones. You can see here at a gym like how many shoes there are. Like it's so many. Like, I would want to ask Felipe, like, why would people own that many shoes?
I don't know. Like for me, like I like shoes. Like I like to collect them, but I collect from a specific brand. Like, and it's according like to the designer. Like if I like a shoe from a specific season, like I'm like I want that one and I buy it. But like, I mean, like having 6,000, like for me, if I forget that I have a shoe, like if I'm like, oh, I already own that one, for me it's no longer fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like to wear them and enjoy them. Like for example, the brand that I collect, like I really like it because every single shoe, like not every single shoe, but every season they have like a shoe that has like a specific name, and that's what I love about it. Like if I like the design and it's like the shoe of that year, because it's also for me it's also like to remember that. Like I'm like, oh yeah, this shoe represents 2016. Like for me that's special because I'm like, yeah, when I'm wearing this, like 2016, like good years. Like that's how I see it.
And how many shoes do you have?
From that brand, I only have 6.
What in total?
I don't know. I would have to check, but it's less than 20. Like I don't have so many.
It's okay.
Oh,
I would love to have that many. Well, no, I think I actually do. Like of total shoes of anything. I also love buying shoes. It's great, but like for a girl, it's not only like your like, sneakers or anything, but like it's like I like boots and sandals and normal sneakers and high heels. So yeah, I would say I probably also have more than 20.
Yeah, I mean, like with the sneakers, it's mostly about resale. Like a lot of the collectors like to have them because they have resale value. Like you can buy a shoe, like if you buy it for retail, you can get it like for, I don't know, $200, something like that. And in 1 week, it goes like to $5,000 in the resale value. So it's like making easy money, you know? But in my case, I don't like that. You know, like I think that the only really hyped shoe that I have, it's like a Yeezy, but it's not like the most expensive. I got it for retail. I just like it because my mom bought it for me like in my birthday, and I'm never gonna sell it. Like I really like them. I like the design, and also like my mom bought it for me. Like I'm not gonna sell them.
Oh.
Would you sell other shoes that you own?
No, like I really enjoy them. Like unless it's like a shoe that I know that I'm no longer wearing and it's only taking space, I would sell it.
Yeah.
But like I wouldn't buy, like I wouldn't make a line, buy a shoe just for resale. Like I wouldn't be a reseller. Like I'm telling you, I only buy the shoes that I really like the ones that I see them like in the wrong way, and I'm like, damn, I like that one. But yeah,
Yeah.
like also like I can buy every single shoe that I like from Y3, the brand that I like, because like it's like the it's like it's expensive. So I can't be all the time like, oh, I like that one, let me buy it. So I have to be like very, like I need to know what I really like, what it's only hype, you know. Like I need to know when it's only hype and when it's something that I really like.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. And to me, that's more like, well, that's what I want to talk about this, because for the way you talk about shoes, it feels like you kind of love them in a way, like you value them more
Mm,
than
I
that.
don't love
So
them. Like I can't live without them.
I wanted to compare that to love. And then I was talking to you guys about this idea of the podcast, of this episode, and you came up with this issue that happened back in Mexico. At school with this guy. We're not gonna name him. Let's call him, I don't know, Peter, and this girl called, I don't know,
Josefina.
Josefina. Yeah.
Jose.
So Maria, do you wanna explain what happened?
Were you friends
Um,
with her or?
I mean, we were like really, really close friends all the time because like
Oh, really?
we were all together since we were in kindergarten, and we grew up together, like all of us and them. And there was a time that we were like talking more. Yes, but yeah, I'll say we're friends. Anyways, we were just like gonna barely talk about it, not go into too much detail.
Because
But the thing
But
is
because
that
we honestly don't know like the full story. Like we don't know
exactly.
both
we
sides.
just know the tea, not what
So
actually happened.
yeah, so we'll talk on our perspective. And as far as I know,
It's
from
full of
all my
obsession.
life, this guy really had a thing for Josefina.
Yeah, like he was really in love. Like really, really in love.
And for
It wasn't a
years and
crush.
years, that kept on going.
Yeah. But there was a time where it went a little bit crazy. Like it went crazy. Like it stepped over like the normal boundaries of love. Like I'm sorry, Marina.
No, like yeah, exactly. Like some people, that's like how perspective is so interesting, because for one perspective you can say, wow, that's true love, it's so romantic that he loved her for those many years and he tried so hard to win her heart and whatever. But for the other side, you're like, okay, this is pretty sick because I don't like him. Why does he keep trying? Like I feel pressured and this is not what I like. It's starting to become like an obsession, we can call it, maybe.
Mhm.
For the podcast purposes, we'll call it like that. But yeah, it's weird because every person has different perspective, and it can go from, oh, so romantic, to, okay, this is really creepy in 1 second,
Yeah.
or after too many years. Not really.
Yeah. I remember that this guy Peter had another friend of mine. Like Peter was never like really my friend. Like he was only like, you know, your classmate. But one of my friends was a friend with him. We're gonna call him Pepito. So Pepito and Josefina were friends as well. So one day we were like talking, like Peter wasn't there. I think that he was, I don't know, doing Peter things. So like Pepito was asking Josefina, would you date him? Would you date him? Like it's been so long, like he's always asking you, would you give him a chance? And I didn't know that it was so sick, you know, like the problem at that time was huge, you know, like she was already like feeling uncomfortable and everything. But like, I don't know, I even asked her, like, you should give him a chance, you know, like he's always like trying to ask you out and everything. Like he even gives you stuff like for, you know, Valentine's Day.
Birthdays and cakes.
Yeah. And
everything.
she was very honest. She was like, to be honest, like I would have, but like it's just sick right now. Like I'm not interested, and this gate's giving me stuff. Like it got to the point that she wasn't comfortable. Like it wasn't cool anymore, you know? Because I don't know, like if I get like a present or something, I'm like, oh, you shouldn't have. Like it's cool, but if you're not interested in that person and that person keeps giving you things, like I can understand that it gets uncomfortable because instead of feeling like something, instead of feeling loved, you feel like you owe something, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah.
Yeah, and it makes you comfortable. Like I was for 2 years in middle school with Peter, and I remember 1 year. So in our school we had our lockers inside our classroom, so we would not change classrooms. So the teacher would come to our classroom, like the science teacher, the English, the French, Spanish, whatever. So in our classroom we would have our lockers, and we would have like logs and everything. So for her birthday, for Josefina's birthday, Peter, during our break or recess or something, he broke into Josefina's classroom. I don't know how he knew her passcode, her lock passcode, and he put a lot of gifts and stuff that were supposed to like explode and like make like a very cool thingy. I don't know what it was. He described it, but I don't really know. I don't remember. But it was supposed to be like loud and like gifts and flowers and whatever. And when she opened it, it didn't work. But it was also really creepy that this guy
Knew her
broke
password.
in, opened her locker, and put stuff in. Like that's very scary. And
I mean, it's the
That's
same
what I
thing
mean by
as Mariana was saying. It's about perspective, you know? Because if it's someone that you really love, like if it's like matched love, it would have been like something very romantic,
but
you
it
know? Like,
wasn't.
oh, he broke into my place and he put something in my locker. But because it was like not like belonged, it's creepy.
But like, check this out. Like, yes, you're right on that, but still, breaking into a locker and getting to know the password, like, let's say it's your boyfriend or your crush or whatever, and you tell them your password because you trust them. So
Yeah.
if they break in, then you're like, okay, fine, they knew. But if they don't know about it,
Yeah, and at that time, I think that
what the hell?
really,
How does he know?
yeah, and I think that at that moment, like because when we were in high school, it was already like everybody in our generation was like, yeah, this guy is like, nah, nah, nah. Like we all knew that he had like issues with like how he perceived love, but I mean, I traded with Peter like sometimes, and I can say that he's a normal person. Like besides that, like his weird obsession, like he was a very
Exactly.
normal person. Like it's like it's like in those series, like you know, like when there is a killer and everyone is like, yeah, he's a very normal person, and kapow, he's the killer. But no, I mean, I'm not saying that he kills people, but like, like what I'm trying to say is that he's a normal person. But when it comes to that, I think that, I mean, I hope that by now he has his heart in the right place, and he knows that, I don't know, he messed up like during high school years. And who knows, maybe right now
Just like Amy,
Yeah,
here's an
because,
experiment.
I mean, he fucked up. Like, we can't blame him because, I mean, as we said, like in the previous episode about love, I think that you don't choose who you love and how much you love them. Like, that's a very important one, because you can never choose how much you love someone and how much someone loves you. Like in this case, he really loved. What was the name? Juliana or
Josefina.
Josefina.
He really loved Josefina, but Josefina had no interest on him. Like, not even a little bit, not even friends. Like, he didn't even get friends. So, I mean, I feel that that's like the most polarizing. And because he really loved this person, like, he went cuckoo. And I mean, I feel that if my other friend, Pepito, would be like, man, like, let it go. Like, well, you only need the light when it's burning low. Only need the sun when it starts to snow.
We're gonna get demonetized.
Only know you love her
Only
when you
know
let
you
her
love her
go.
when you let her go. He would be like, man, you're right. And then they both would be like, and you let her go. Bam, bam, bam. But no, he never did that. So,
But like, I think that it really got stuck into his head, that like old idea of
Yeah.
love, because we've been evolving in that idea, because like I mean, we all grew up and I wanted to be like a princess and have Prince Charming come and rescue me and make me happy and
Hello, Mariana.
amazing happily ever after, like, of course. And also there was this idea that the man, when he was courting the girl, he like bring gifts and be like insistent, being persistent. That was the key. They're like, are you gonna give up this easily? No, you're not a man. And they're like, oh yes, I am a man. And then they keep like trying until they finally get the girl. That was like the idea.
Yeah. It's
you
the
don't try, you
romanticized
really
idea
love
of
her.
of love, like keep
That's
trying
old
until she falls,
fashioned.
stuff like that. Like, I get it, like when it's like if they reject you one time and you try again, like I feel that that's like, unless it's like a no, like when she really rejects you like hard, you shouldn't try again.
Yeah.
But if it's like a, right now I don't want, like maybe try later. Like, the door is kind of open, but I don't know, like I feel that you shouldn't close completely the door. Like, oh, she reject me, bye bye. Unless it's like a huge rejection. Like, no, you're
But
crazy.
it's really hard for a girl also to reject someone, because it's not
Yeah.
easy. It's not easy to reject a person, because you always end up being the bad person. They're like, why did you reject him? You don't have a heart. And you're like, I just don't like him. And that's it. And that's not fun either. Why you have to be a bitch so they can understand that you don't want to date them?
I mean, we're also very used to like being the guy, the one who declares its love, like to the person, to the girl.
Mhm.
Like, we're not used to like girls being like, I like you. Like, we're not used to it. Like, eventually we're like, I like to think that right now we are like having all these social changes. Like, right now we are asking them to happen very fast, and I know that it's not possible. Like, it takes time, like it takes generations. But I want to think that my grandchildren or my children are they're gonna live love in a way different way. Like, maybe, I don't know, if I have a guy, he's gonna have like girls be like, hello, Felipe Jr., I really like you. Or if I have Felipa Jr., she's gonna be like, I really like you. Like, I want that to happen, like have an evolution with love and how we interact with each other, like as humans. But who knows, like maybe it's gonna happen until the grandchildren of my kids, my great grandchildren. So who knows? But I want to think that it's gonna be one generation later.
Or yeah, that's the hard part, because also for a girl, that's not easy either. Because, like, for example, you really like a guy and you wish you could tell him or ask him out or whatever, or just spend more time with that person. But that idea of, no, you should wait for the guy to approach you, otherwise you seem easy, otherwise he's not gonna appreciate you, otherwise he's just gonna use you and throw you away. So you just rather wait. So that's pretty fucked up too. You're like, okay, I'll just look at him, I'll stare at him and smile to give him a sign that I like him or that I'm interested. That's the only thing you can do. I mean, nowadays there are more bold girls that go and be like, oh, I like you. You want to go and have a drink or have an ice
Pick
cream,
up on
whatever
something.
thing you want. But
Like I'm honestly very oblivious about that. Like I always confuse like friendship with like like sometimes people that later on I end up knowing that they liked me at the moment. Like I'm always like, no, we're really good friends, and vice versa. Like sometimes people that are my friends, like I'm like, oh, I think she likes me, and then no, like she's only my friend. Like I have that issue. Like I'm very oblivious. Like maybe other people, yeah, like when they are like, you know what, like I'm not interested, I'm like, bye bye. But like I keep talking with them unless they don't want to talk again. But yeah, like I usually try to talk them. Like I don't have issue. But it's that like I feel that in my case it would be like very useful, like someone to be like, you know what, I like you, instead of me being like, hey, do you like me? Like
No.
because I don't know how to approach like I don't know, like I'm very bad at it.
I mean, it's scary because like you don't want to mess up, but you also just want to do something. You want to get that piece of information, like, oh, does she really likes me? But then if she doesn't like you, then she's gonna act super weird about that question.
Yeah, I mean, like we are all afraid of rejection, but I mean, like even knowing that you already have the rejection, like the only thing that you can get like from that question, it's like a yes or a no. Like you're very afraid because I don't know, like I usually like people that are like in my group of friends. So I know that if I messed up, like it's gonna be awkward, like I don't know, being with my friends and that person. Like it's gonna be like oh, these things. But at the end, like I don't know, like I don't care. Like at first it's like, damn, if I messed up, it's gonna be awkward. Then I don't think so. Like at this point, we are adults. Like it's no longer gonna happen. I want to think, unless the other person is very immature.
maybe, but I also think that something that we're improving, like as a society, or at least our generation, like I think we're um making rejection not seem as bad as it used to be before, like letting people go and just accepting that, okay, maybe she doesn't really like me or he doesn't like me, then okay, fine, he's not the one for me, I'll find someone that would value me and all that other amazing stuff. But yeah, because before it was, or also we were really young, but it was really hard to face rejection. And now I think it's like a tiny bit easier, maybe because we're more mature or
Yeah,
used to it. I don't know.
we also have like a lot of
Anyways,
media. Like I feel that media really influences us and prepares us like for rejection. Like that beautiful song "When You Let Her Go," and that other beautiful song, "Just Another Girl." Very good. Like I feel that all of those like prepare you like for a romantic deception. Like she's just another girl. Like it's like, yeah,
Yikes.
you're right.
Kind of sad though.
Just another girl. And
Kinda
girls can
sad.
apply it like he's just another boy. Am I right?
yeah, right.
Well, anyways, I think you had a laugh with this anecdote of Josefina and Peter, and that you find collections and obsessions interesting because it's a weird way of showing a value and appreciation to certain objects or people. So if you have any weird collections or you know about anyone with a weird collection or something, let us know on our Instagram, Facebook too, and Twitter. We don't really use it that much, but if you interact, I think we can see the notification and react. Remember to subscribe to the podcast on YouTube. Check it on Apple Music, Spotify, Google Podcasts, pretty much everywhere where you listen to podcasts, and share it with your friends. Do you have anything to add, guys?
Mariana collects thumbnails.
That's not true. You're disgusting. You collect trash. Shut up.
She called your shoes
No,
trash.
thank you guys for listening, and just thank you for the support. We love you, our few followers. We will really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.